Hello. Okay, you should have a piece of plain paper, and you can get it off the table if you didn't get any. And any time during this video, if you feel like it's going too fast, you can raise your hand and ask the sub to pause it. What you need to do right now is on your piece of paper, in the upper right, you need to put your name, like I put Count Mathula, and then today's date, which is 11/2/16, and then the title, Notes, Solving Proportions. So today I want to just go through how to solve a proportion, and I want you to recall, and so if you'll write this down, just a little recall. On yesterday's quiz, you had two ratios. For example, 4/5 and 36/45. And you had to tell if those were proportional, whether they were equal or not. And so the way we learn to do that, we know that if one fraction is equal to another fraction, their cross products are equal. So on the quiz, you took cross products, 4 times 45 and 5 times 36, and you multiplied those to see if you got the same answer, then you would know those were equal. So 5 times 30 is 150, 5 times 6 is 30, and 150 and 30 is 180. And then over here, if you take 4 times 40, you get 160, and 4 times 5 is 20, and 160 and 20 is also 180. So since these cross products are equal, we know that these two ratios are equal or proportional. So now you're going to be given some proportions, and you're going to know that these two fractions are equal because we're going to put an equal sign between them. So I'd like for you to write down 6 over x equals 9 over 21. Now we've done these before, but before we've always been able to look and say, okay, there's something I could multiply 6 by to get 9, and then I would I could divide 9 by something to get 6. I could divide 21 by that same number and get x. But we don't know a number that we could divide 9 by to get 6. So we are going to cross multiply. Because we know these are equal, we know their cross products are equal. So we're going to multiply x times 9, and we write that as 9x, because a number next to a variable means multiplication. And if I put the number in front of the variable, that looks more acceptable to mathematicians. And that 9 is called a coefficient. But that means 9 times x. On the other side, we're going to take 6 times 21. And 6 times 21, 6 times 20 is 120. 6 times 1 is 6. So that's equal to 126. So these two cross products, since the ratios are proportional or equal, the cross products are equal. So now we have a one-step equation, and you've seen these one-step equations before. Last year you had to solve those. And so we know that this side of this equation is equal to this side. So we say those are balanced. You could think of a balance. And we need to get this x by itself to see what it would be equal to, so that 9 times x is equal to 126. So we undo this multiplication by dividing by the number that's being multiplied. And the reason we do that is because 9 divided by 9 is 1. Any number divided by itself is 1. And we also know that 1 times x, or 1x, will equal x. So that will get x alone, and we'll be able to discover or find out what x is equal to on the other side. So I have to divide both sides by this 9. And again, I picked 9 because I want to be able to divide this 9 on the x by the 9 and get 1x, or x alone. So on this side, we have to figure out what 126 divided by 9 is. So 126 divided by 9, I say 9 goes into 12 one time. So 9 times 1 is 9. When I subtract, 12 minus 9 is 3. Remember, you should be writing all of this down. And the sub is going around to check. And if you need to stop the video so you can get caught up, make sure you raise your hand and ask the sub. So then I'm going to bring down my 6. And 36 divided by 9 is 4. 4 times 9 is 36. So my answer is 14. So x is equal to 14. So here we're saying that 6 over 14 is equal to 9 over 21. So now you're going to have a handout that looks like this, that the sub is going to hand out. And you've got another example. And for everybody, I want you to show this work, just like we showed on this paper, and just like I showed you here. And I even did another one down here for you. So you're going to go do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and show all this work. Show cross multiplying, show what you're dividing by, and what your final answer would be. And then on the back of this paper, there are some word problems. I did one word problem for you, and if you'll notice, after you've read it the second time, you're going to go back and underline important information, circle what you're trying to find, set up your proportion, and make sure you label, 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 and solve for your variable. So you can look at number 19 I did for you. You're doing 20, 21, and 22. These will be due at the end of the period. You will pass those into the sub. And then the sub will give you another handout that you will do in class. And what you don't finish on that one, oh, I'm sorry. Once you're done with this, after the time limit, the sub's going to give you an answer key, and you're going to take out your correcting pens and correct them. Okay, you'll get the answer key to correct all the ones that I haven't done. And then you will turn it in. So I'm going to be looking for your corrections and that you showed your work and put in effort. And once those are turned in, then you'll get your handout. That is some more of these types of problems. You'll do those in class, and what you don't get finished, you'll take home and finish for homework. Have a good day.